Get Love Dreaming.
Be
Beach.com.
in bed. It's really kind of sad that I'm not. All the lights are off in the house except for these here in the bathroom.
Mofo typos. Yo!
I just wanted to capture the thought that I wanted to say. That I was looking up the year that Jonbenét was murdered. So Jonbenét was murdered in 1996, right before 1997. December 26, 1996, so a week before the new year of 1997. The Menendez brothers was 1989. So I was just thinking about like this idea of Burke as like a perpetrator, not like an assayer, but like that he was the catalyst, like what Kendall Ray and Stephanie Harlow were saying was like, I don't really want to be in the bathroom, to be honest. What they were saying was that they actually think it's feasible that a 9-year-old would have done something so vicious. This is what Stephanie was saying, like, it was so dumb. Like, I can't believe how somebody that I once liked so much could say something that I find so dumb and offensive. And maybe I'm the one who's dumb and offensive and I don't know enough, and that's why it's coming across that way. But she actually said maybe Burke had hit Jonbenét in the head with the bat, and she was bleeding, and the parents just assumed that she was DEAD. Okay, so Stephanie was saying, well, a head wound would bleed a lot, so maybe the parents just jumped to the assumption that the girl was goner, even though she wasn't. And so in order to cover it up that the son had hit her, they decided to the reason I'm saying this is because the autopsy revealed that she was ended by the around her, not by the blunt force trauma. So the theory was that either they were trying to do it and she was, and there was she had like marks like this that she was fighting back. She was fighting for her life. So they don't know if the thing happened first and then this thing and it hadn't fully happened, or if they were trying to do this and she was struggling, so then they did that, and in order to do the finish. But because of that, I'm saying, like, why would she, first of all, she's a mom, and Kendall too, although this was 2 years ago, and I think Kendall just had her baby. But like the idea that one child, like, I have 2 children, the idea that my older son would do something to my younger son and he was injured, so I would just, like, it actually makes me want to throw up and cry. How disgusting a concept that is, to just casually say that. And also the fact that it discounts the essay, which she literally did. Like, I cannot believe that she said that. And I don't know why Kendall Ray was like co-signing that, literally denying what the autopsy said happened to that girl. so that it would make more sense to blame it on the son. Oh, the whole point that I was trying to get to was that it really started to make me think about how when the Menendez had their trials, so many people thought of them as these disgusting monsters. They literally had a Netflix show just recently called Monsters, which hopefully will actually be the catalyst to finally get them out. But so back in 1989, the common belief was that boys couldn't even be SA'd. It's not even possible. And so therefore they had to be lying. And I'm like, it was so sick what they accused the boys of, and the way that they were questioned, the way they were gaslit, the way they were further abused. They were told straight to their face, that never happened, you're lying, you made it up, and if it did happen, you liked it. Okay, so what does all that have to do with Burke? Only the fact that I thought to myself, this was 1996, and, you know, the parents were rich, and I almost wonder, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I wonder if it was actually the exact opposite of the parents did all this crazy stuff to save Burke and to cover up for Burke. Like they said, oh, they thought one was gone, they didn't want to lose two. Like, there's no parent in their right mind who just does that. Okay? What if actually Burke was a victim of their abuse, their neglect, their favoritism? We don't know what he went through. We don't know why he has these special needs. We don't know what they really are. All we know is that these very rich and very weird people, you know, I was thinking, what if they allowed someone at the party that they were at do stuff to the kids or to Jonbenét? Like, maybe Burke wasn't abused in that way. Maybe he wasn't SA'd. Maybe he was. I don't know. He didn't talk about it. There's lots of people who repress it. I literally repressed it for so many years. And when I finally remembered, it's been 6 years. It's a very painful, slow journey. Anyway, my whole point is like vilifying a little boy. It's so insane to me, and it harked back to the Menendez brothers and that time, that frame, and even though it was 1996, almost 1997, which was like 8 years later, so, you know, maybe a little tiny bit of progression in the mind, but I mean, there are still people to this day who believe that those brothers are evil, and they don't believe their stories. And I watched the first trial recently, like last year I watched it, and I 1000% believe what they went through, and that, yeah, what they did was horrible, but it's been like 30 years, so they gave their time, and they deserve to have a chance of a life now. So, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe Burke, like, my whole thing is, even if he did do something, he wasn't the one who was doing the thing down there. And he didn't do all the other stuff. Like, blaming him just seems so weak and ill-directed. And yeah, he's weird, but like, oh my God, he lost his sister in one of the most infamous unsolved cases of all time. Wouldn't you be weird? Yeah, it's like simple. Thank God. CatLoveDreamingPeach.com